Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Aaron. I am a pastor. I'm also a Bible collector and a rebinder. So I just got a couple ESV Crossway Compact Bibles in that I'm going to be rebinding. And I figured I'd make a video just kind of comparing the different compact offerings that Crossway has out on the market right now. So we'll start over here with this one, and we'll move our way all the way down to this guy right here, which is the smallest ESV Bible that you can get. So we'll start up here with the Crossway Personal Size Reference Bible. So this is a really great compact Bible. If you're looking for a small Bible to use just kind of as an everyday use, all-around Bible, this is an excellent option. So of the four that we're looking at today, this is the only one that is single column. It's got a really sweet single column layout, great for reading. I'd say in a paragraph setting, as the vast majority of ESV Bibles are. And this is the only one of the lot today that we're going to look at that is a reference Bible. So what I really like about this layout is how it has the kind of single column setting here, and then the references are here on the inside, what we call the gutter. So the references are here in the gutter, and what that means is that those cross references are on the part of the page that kind of is going to dip into the middle, and that moves all of the Bible text out here onto the flat part of the page, which I think makes it just really comfortable and great for reading. I personally am not the biggest fan of single column layouts. I know a lot of people really like them. They prefer stuck together a little bit there. It's brand new. Yeah, so a lot of people really like them. They prefer the single column for reading, makes it read a little more like a novel, or like most other books that we read are single column. But I find that, especially on a Bible like this, a single column that's this wide, there's so many words in a line that it makes it a little bit more difficult to teach or preach from. Something where you want to find your verse really quickly. Sometimes you can get lost in like a big block of text like this. But I don't have that issue nearly as much when I'm just reading. It's when I'm teaching or I'm preaching, I'm looking up and looking down a lot, and I find that this Bible is a little more difficult for that. Certainly still usable, but definitely not my preferred layout. That being said, for basically everything else, this is an excellent Bible. For the size of the Bible, it's got a really nice, big, readable font. I believe it's an 8-point font in here. It is a black letter text. And one thing that's really nice about this Bible in particular is that this Bible is line matched. So if you don't know what line matching is, basically what that means is that all of the words on this side of the page are going to be lined up vertically with the words on this side of the page. So the reason they do that is because when you have a Bible with kind of thinner paper like this, that will cut down on the amount of ghosting, the amount of show through that you have in the Bible, because all of the words on the other side are hidden kind of under the lines of text on this side. So it's less distracting, makes it look cleaner, it's more readable. And yeah, this is just a really great layout, really great readable Bible. I'll look in the back here and kind of see what we have. There is a concordance in here, which is nice. A lot of times these kind of compact Bibles will omit a concordance, but this is a fully loaded Bible with cross references, concordance, everything you need. Let's see if there are maps. I'm not sure. No maps, but there is a concordance. There are cross references, yeah, really great all around Bible. Why don't we look and see what the size of it here is? It is 5 1/4 by about 7 3/4. So good size little Bible. Oh, and the thickness is 1 1/4 inches. So a good size little Bible. If you're familiar with the Schuyler Personal Size Quintel, which personally I think is the best ESV compact on the market, totally different price range. This is something closer to a $200 Bible. Whereas this I got for $12 on Christian Books. So a little bit of apples and oranges here, but just for the size comparison, these are very close to the same size. You can see that there, about the same thickness as well. So if you're familiar with the Personal Size Quintel, The Crossway personal reference is very close to the same size on that. So this is a great, great Bible. It's got that gold gilding. It's got a sewn binding, which means it's going to hold up for years. And it's also a great candidate for rebind, which is why I have it here, because I'm going to be rebinding it and then selling a premium copy of it once that's done. So that is the personal size reference Bible from Crossway. And if we move down in size a little bit, the next option is this one right here. This is the large print compact Bible from Crossway. Large print compact. So you'll see it is a little bit shorter and not quite as wide as that personal size reference. So here we're looking at 4 3/4 by looks like about 6 7/8 there, and then about 1 1/8 inch thick. 1 1/8 inch thick. Now this one has the same size font. Once again, we're looking at an 8-point font, so same size as this guy. But the reason they're able to get a smaller Bible with the same size font is because we're looking at a 2-column format here, and also there are no references. So the personal reference obviously has references in the gutter there, whereas the large print compact here does not have any references in there. It's just a text-only Bible. Remember, when it says large print compact, it's saying that it's large print for a compact. So it's only an 8-point font, but still very readable, really, really nice layout and things. I believe this is the same pagination. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know if you can quote me on that. But a lot of Crossway Bibles in this kind of 2-column format, the same pagination as their Pew Bible. So it'd be the same page as if your church uses ESV and you have those ESV Pew Bibles, then the verses, the layouts on each page are going to be about the same, I believe, but I could be wrong. This is a red letter edition, and I really like the red on this. It's a nice kind of dark, deep red, almost like a burgundy, which is great. I don't like when red letters are all kind of pink. Now, what this one doesn't have, that the personal size reference did, is it doesn't have line matching. So you can see there's some pretty significant show through. It's not terrible. It's not overly distracting. I think Crossway definitely has some that have a worse problem with show through than this one. I'm looking at you, single column thin line, but this is it's significant, but it's not terrible. So nice little Bible, a little more compact, but still good and readable. Once again, you've got that gold gilding. You've got a sewn binding, so it'll hold together for quite a while. And looks like we still have a concordance. Pretty basic one. I think it's probably the same one as the personal reference there. But for a Bible this little, this is not a bad concordance, although you might have trouble reading that concordance because that is a teensy tiny little font. So that is the large print compact from Crossway. And if we're moving on down the line, the next guy that comes out is this, which is just the compact. So large print compact and then just the Crossway compact. So once again, a little smaller in every kind of dimension here. So now we're looking at 4 1/4 inches by looks like 6 3/8 inches. And then right here, it's just shy of 1 inch. Yeah, just shy of 1 inch. I wouldn't want to try to, it's like 15/16 or something of an inch, but yeah, just shy of 1 inch. So what you will notice with this one is the font is significantly smaller. So we're down to a 6-point font here. So that 6 to 8 is a pretty significant difference. You can kind of see that there. The font's smaller. It's also lighter. It's a very kind of thin font, not as dark as the large print, but I'd say it's still reasonably readable. There is quite a show-through problem on this one, though. again, still readable for a Bible, this size. I think it's really nice, but definitely has more show through than the others we've looked at. It is not line matched. It is, very much the same layout as the large print. So let's see, I'm on page 878 here. If I go to 878, we're in Luke, right? Well, that's not right. I thought they would be on the same layout, but if Luke is 878, then they're definitely not the same, because I'm in Mark and it's already up to 1,000. So not the same pagination on those two Bibles. I was wrong about that, but yeah, you can see it's a smaller font, still readable for me. If you're a little bit older, you need a little bit bigger font. This is probably not the way you want to go, but even like a Bible for a kid, I think this is excellent. My son actually uses one of these that I rebound for him, and by uses, I mean he carries it around. He's 5 and isn't actually reading yet, so. But I did make him a Bible like this, and we put it in some cool leather for him, and he really likes to carry it to church and things like that, but he's not reading it. But yeah, I think it's a good Bible for a kid to carry around, a good Bible if you're looking for something to throw in your backpack, if you're looking for something to throw in your glove box, and you don't mind that 6-point font, this is a great Bible. And both of these you can find pretty cheap, but one thing on these are the large print compact and just the ESV compact. They also have what they call a value version of each of these. So there's a large print value compact, or there's a value compact Bible. And the big difference with those are a couple things. First is those value versions will not have the gold gilding on the page edges, which, maybe you really like that. Maybe you don't really care. I am a sucker for a beautiful gold gilding and art gilt. But some people, they're just going to use it. It's going to get thrashed anyway, not a big deal. But the other thing that you miss out on if you get those value compacts is those are a glued binding, whereas these are sewn bindings. So basically, what that means is in here there's actual Smith or Smythe, people disagree about how to say it, but there's actual threads that are holding the pages in. It makes the Bible just last a whole lot longer. Whereas in a glued binding, the only thing holding the page in is glue back there. And so the more you use it, the more that glue just gets brittle and pages start falling out. These are made to last in a way that those value ones are not. And honestly, if you go to sites like Christian Book or sometimes even on Amazon, things like that, you can get these for really, really pretty cheaply. So I would always recommend going with these over the value compacts. So the large print compact, and then this is the ESV just compact Bible, which brings us to this next one. This guy right here. This is pretty new from Crossway. This is called the ESV Pocket Bible. So you'll see, once again, we are even smaller here. Even smaller. This is only about 3 and 3/8 inches by 5.5 inches, and then we are probably 7/8 inches on the spine. So really small. Now, something that's cool here is this actually does not get any smaller in the font than this guy does. These are both 6-point fonts. So if you look, you can see those are pretty similar in terms of the font. So how do they get this one smaller? Well, I think the answer to that is that this paper is super thin. It's super duper thin. I wouldn't be able to guess on the GSM of that, but it makes the 28 GSM in the Skylar look thick and chunky like a journaling Bible. It is really, really thin, but for the thinness of it, I don't think that the show through is bad at all. You're definitely sacrificing some opacity in the paper to get that super thin, small Bible. But the show through is not bad. It's not distracting. I find this to be a really readable Bible. I probably wouldn't want to do like my, daily readings in it. Probably wouldn't want to preach from it or anything like that. But I mean, I plan to keep this one for myself and just carry it around and use it just as a backpack Bible. I actually already made a cover for it. I'm going to give it this nice Badalassi Carlo with a closure so that it'll just be a sweet little portable Bible. But yeah, this is an excellent Bible because this is a newer typesetting. Oh, sorry. Once again, it's a no gilding, but it is a sewn binding, so that's nice. It'll hold up. But because this is a newer setting, it is a little bit harder to find a good deal on. So I actually picked this one up for about $15, which is as cheap as I've seen it. Whereas all of these others I've seen around $10 from time to time. So still, you can find this for $15 in like a fake leather true tone like this. And if you want to get like the buffalo leather or something a little more durable, a little more premium, you can find those sometimes for even around $30 on Christian books. So I think it's a great Bible. I'd recommend it as just a portable Bible. I'm probably, like I said, going to keep one in my backpack, use it as I do like visitations and things like that. So really great. So this is your Crossway Compact Bible lineup. So if you have any questions or anything for me, you can put them in the comments, and I'll see if I can get to those. I think we'll see how this goes. It's my first video I've done like this, but maybe I'll make some more, and maybe we'll look at kind of the premium offerings from Allen and Schuyler and Cambridge in terms of a compact ESV in the next one. So thanks.